Apparently, the saga between Kylian Mbappe and Paraguay is not over because after their match they played on Saturday, where they won by a lone goal, one of their senators, Madam Celeste Armarilla, went on social media and wrote this. I want you to listen to this. She said, "This Bruce, calling Kylian Mbappe, hasn't even learned to write. Instead of breast milk, he grew up sucking on coconuts. This coconut thing is becoming an issue. And the most educated creatures he ever had were chimpanzees. Like, you should even have given him the middle finger, Orlando Hill, that's their goalkeeper. A colonized Cameroonian pretending to be French, resentful, newly rich, arrogant, and ugly. Like, you see the picture of the person we're talking about. Oh. He was nervous and scared to death all game, like his whole team. They didn't even manage to score a single goal until they got lucky with a penalty. The only thing many of us blame the team for is not giving him a full-handed slap at the end of the game. I'm not even a football fan. Okay, now let's unpack this. First off, I think this was disgraceful. I think this was embarrassing. This was pathetic. This was shambolic. I'm actually disgusted that in this present 2026, we still have people with this level of backward racial mindset. I think for me, the highlight of this for me has to be the fact that Kylian Mbappe did not even respond the way I would have responded if I were the one. He actually responded to her with grace. Listen to Kylian Mbappe's reply. Madam Celeste Amarilla, you are a despicable woman and unworthy of your position. You do not represent Paraguay, that country which has sweated passion and honor throughout the competition. Through your recklessness and your brazen racism, the entire world has already forgotten the journey and historic efforts that your players accomplished during this World Cup, making way for an incompetent woman who gives the worst possible image of our country. I will never allow people like her the freedom to spread their hatred and racism across the world. I think this was class. This was highly tactical, and I applaud Mbappe's team for responding in this manner. But for me, I think I am even more concerned because, yes, I understood the tactics of the Paraguayans on the day. They were negative. They were, permit me to call it, they were playing haram ball. They were not looking like they really wanted to attack. I think they were waiting for penalties and they probably believed in their abilities or in their luck for penalties. But the French attacked and attacked, and Mbappe showed some mental strength that day. No matter how much he tried to get on his nerves, he was still graceful. He was still smiling through it. But seeing this woman's comments, I'm appalled. I'm abhorred. I'm repulsed. Like it feels so cringeworthy to see that in this big 2026, we still have people that think like this woman, and it breaks my heart. For me, I feel the French FA cannot let this slide. They should not let this slide because if things like this, for a public figure like this to say this, and if nothing happens to her, then there's a possibility that it's going to happen to another footballer and someone will probably push the limits. The thing about things like this is that when something bad like this happens and nothing happens to whoever does it, then someone will do worse and hope that in that case, if someone had escaped previously, then they can also escape too. The French FA needs to do something. The president of France, President Macron, your diplomats in Paraguay, most likely, if I were the one, I'll most likely place some sanctions. The international body cannot let this slide. Yes, I know it's a football matter, but she herself said she's not a football fan. But why come at him with such hatred? I used to think Argentinians were the ones that were racists alone. But seeing that we have someone like this, I don't want to assume that all Paraguayans are racist. I don't want to. Because the truth is that I will not use, I don't paint everyone with one brush. I don't paint everyone with one brush. So I believe this is just one person. I'm struggling to hold myself back from expressing myself because I feel that the French FA, if they let this slide, this is shameful. This is not just a strike on Kylian Mbappe. This is a strike on every black player, every black skin player, and it's also a strike on the French national team. Football has gone beyond all of this, but in the end, I can't believe that we still have people with this level of hatred in their heart, throwing racial slurs, coconuts. What's with? What do you think is the best step that France can do to take charge of this situation or to get this sorted out? What do you think is the best step that the French government can take to get this woman? I believe they should start lobbying for her to be removed from her position. She's a senator, a lawmaker. So clearly, you can imagine the kind of law someone like this one will be making. This kind of person probably making laws against black people in her country or pushing an agenda against black people. I think the French government needs to push for her to be removed from her position. That's the only solution I'm seeing to this. Yes, they have no power to influence the laws of the Paraguayan people, but any step they take from this is more like a representation of what the Paraguayan people. For right now, everyone is still giving them the benefit of that. And maybe this might just be her own personal thoughts, but how they respond to this will tell a lot about how the Paraguayan people see black people. I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section. Please don't forget to drop a like on the video, and please tell me what you think about this particular woman's attempt and her statements in the comment section. See you on the next one.